Next question is simplify. We have 2 over 6 plus radical x. You need to simplify this. Okay, this is another example that I already worked out in the previous online sessions. So again, please review these online sessions that I posted. It would help you. All right, who wants to tell me what's the first step here? How can I eliminate the radical at the bottom of the fraction here? Multiply the top and bottom of the fraction by what? I'm going to make sure that nobody can see each other's answer here. And this question is for everyone. If you don't know it, just put the X next to your name. If you know, I want to get you to respond at this point. Okay, there's a whole section on square root and how to rationalize square root in these fractions. Please review them. You need to review those video lectures. Okay. Anybody wants to tell me what would be the first step here? You have to multiply 6 plus radical x by something to eliminate the radical. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, Abby and Amber is typing. Okay, while I'm getting the answer from Amber and Abby, let me go over, like, if I have A plus B, if I multiply A plus B by A minus B, can somebody tell me what is this equal to? Okay, let me go ahead and take the X front of your name. If you don't know it, put the X again. Okay, Amber. Okay, that's good. Amber is correct with the problem. You know what you're doing. Okay, Kara, you don't know what A plus B times A minus B is equal to? Is that what you put X? This is difference of square. Make sure you review that. The rest of you? Okay, Jerry says A squared plus or minus B squared. Yeah, that is A squared minus B squared. It's a very basic relationship that you need to memorize. Carl, do you remember you've seen this before? Okay, good. So when I have expression like 6 plus radical x, if I want to eliminate the radical x, if I multiply it by 6 minus radical x, this is called its conjugate. If I multiply 6 plus radical x by 6 minus radical x, you notice that according to this property that we have, this turns to be equal to the difference of squares. So it would be the first term is, in this case, is 6, your A is 6, and your B is radical x. Now these squares would cause these terms to not have radical if they have any radical in there. See that? So the first term becomes 6 times 6, which is 36. And the second term becomes square root of x squared, becomes x. So you notice that we eliminate the radical just by multiplying this term here by its conjugate. Okay, Abby, that's fine. So here would be multiplying the top and bottom of the fraction by this term. If everybody can follow this, can I see a check mark next to your name for now? Understanding this concept. Every time you have a binomial, two terms here, and then you want to eliminate the radical and later complex numbers like I, to eliminate that, you just have to multiply it by its conjugate, because a plus b times a minus b turns out to be a squared minus b squared. So it looks like everybody followed that. That's great. Now if I go back to what I was doing here, if I multiply the top and bottom of the fraction by 6 minus radical x, then you notice that, again, a plus b times a minus b, which turns into a squared minus b squared, right? And then we already show you here, so it would be 36 minus x. So this would be again 6 squared minus radical x squared, and at the top of the fraction we don't care what happens to the radical. It's okay to have a radical up there. So this would be equal to 36 minus x. Okay, Arden, you see you just joined us. Thank you for letting me know. So we have to distribute, so that will becomes 12 minus 2 radical. So you see how I moved the radical from bottom of the fraction to top of the fraction. And this is what it means by simplify or rationalize these expression. So you just have to multiply it by its conjugate if you have two terms. If you had only one term, if I had like 2 over radical x, to rationalize this, I just have to multiply top and bottom fraction by radical x. So this would take care of that way. But once you have more than one term, like this, then you have to multiply top and bottom of the fraction by its conjugate, which would be, in this case, 1 minus. And that way, again, if you square first term and the second term, you would eliminate the radical at the bottom of the fraction. So this would becomes, here in this case, 1 minus x. Okay, so if you all can, okay, Arden, there is no name for this rule. We're just using the fact that a plus b times a minus b would be equal to a squared minus b squared. Every time you multiply a binomial by its conjugate, we call it, then the result would be the difference of a square, and these squares would cause to eliminate the radicals. And what it is, it's just multiplying each binomial by its conjugate. That's exactly right. So that would be multiplying by its conjugate. Okay? Conjugate, yeah. There we go. Conjugate. Okay, so again, there is a whole section on this in the video lecture. You need to review that, and that would show you how to do 17 B. That's the one that Abby asked, and she had to leave, but she can come back and revisit things again.